If you have been looking at GIGABYTE GeForce RTX 4080 and still are not fully sure whether it is the right buy for your needs, that is exactly what this review is here to clear up before you spend your money. A lot of products can sound great on the listing and still end up feeling underwhelming once they are actually in your hands, so the real question is whether this one gives you solid everyday value, fits the way you plan to use it, and feels worth the price. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. You know, when it comes to building a gaming PC, one of the most important decisions you'll make is choosing the right graphics card. I've been there, spent hours scouring the internet, watching reviews, and reading forums, trying to figure out which one to pick. And if you're anything like me, you want a card that's not just powerful, but also reliable and quiet. You want to be able to game for hours on end without worrying about your rig crashing, or overheating, or making a racket that'll wake up the whole neighborhood. Trust me, I've been there. Intro. You know, when it comes to building a gaming PC, one of the most important decisions you'll make is choosing the right graphics card. I've been there, spent hours scouring the internet, watching reviews, and reading forums, trying to figure out which one to pick. And if you're anything like me, you want a card that's not just powerful, but also reliable and quiet. You want to be able to game for hours on end without worrying about your rig crashing, or overheating, or making a racket that'll wake up the whole neighborhood. Trust me, I've been there. I remember the first time I built a gaming PC, I was so excited to finally have a system I could call my own. But as I started gaming on it, I quickly realized that something was off. The graphics card I had chosen wasn't quite up to the task, and I ended up having to constantly switch between different graphics settings just to keep the frame rate smooth. It was frustrating, to say the. So, I know a lot of you might be thinking, do I really need this much power for gaming? The thing is, if you're playing at high resolutions or with ray tracing enabled, a graphics card like this is essential. I mean, you don't want to be stuck playing with graphics settings dialed down just to keep the frame rate smooth. That's just not what gaming is about. It's about immersion, it's about realism, and it's about being fully engaged in the experience. And that's where the GIGABYTE GeForce RTX 4080 Super WINDFORCE V216G really shines. This card is powered by NVIDIA's latest Ampere architecture, which is capable of delivering some seriously impressive performance. With its 16 GB of GDDR6X memory and 256-bit memory bus, it's got the memory bandwidth to handle even the most demanding games. And with its triple-slot design, it's got plenty of room for its 3 massive WINDFORCE fans to do their thing. I mean, these fans are huge, and they're designed to provide maximum cooling performance, even during the longest gaming sessions. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but is it really worth it? I mean, the GIGABYTE GeForce RTX 4080 Super WINDFORCE V216G is a serious investment, and it's not something to be taken lightly. But let me tell you, this card is a game changer. But what really sets this card apart is its dual BIOS feature. It's actually 2 different BIOS modes inside the card, one optimized for power and the other for performance. So, if you want to squeeze out every last bit of power, you can switch to the power mode. And if you're looking for a bit more noise reduction, you can stick with the performance mode. It's a really cool feature, and it shows that GIGABYTE is actually listening to their customers. I mean, think about it for a second. Most graphics cards out there are designed with a single BIOS mode, either power-hungry or performance-centric. But GIGABYTE has taken a different approach. They've given users the flexibility to choose how they want their card to behave, and that's something that's really unique in the industry. But that's not all. The GIGABYTE GeForce RTX 4080 Super WINDFORCE V216G also features a number of other advanced technologies, including real-time ray tracing, AI-powered graphics, and support for NVIDIA's variable rate shading. And with its triple display support. So, what's the verdict? Is the GIGABYTE GeForce RTX 4080 Super WINDFORCE V216G worth the investment? Absolutely. This card is a powerhouse, a game changer, and a must-have for anyone serious about gaming. And if you're looking for a card that's going to deliver the kind of performance you expect from a top-of-the-line GPU, then look no further. Link is in the description below, so be sure to check it out and see for yourself.